Mounce, BBG, Chapter 18, Sentence 3 starts off with ego, which is easy enough, of course. And then you run into very interesting thing, because you have this pros. So you have a preposition followed with a prepositional phrase. So you've got, normally you're going to take that as to or toward. And then you have the father. Notice, however, that this declines like a typical masculine singular, okay, in the accusative, because pros is going to take the accusative here. So why is ton pateria in the accusative? Because it's the object of the preposition pros, which, can take the accusative, and so it's going to determine the meaning of the preposition. So all of those parts can be, an adequate answer. But if I were to ask you on an exam something like, why is this in the accusative case? The incorrect answer is because it's a direct object, because it's clearly not. What it is it's the object of the preposition pros. Okay? So, one other thing to notice is that very typically in Greek, what you have is the prepositional phrase being fronted before the verb. It's before the verb, and then when you translate, take the whole prepositional phrase, toss it to the end in your translation into English, and that's what you want to do here. Going to want to do here. I to the Father, I go. Right. So again, take your prepositional phrase, and an I go to the Father is going to be your translation. But the other piece to notice here, and very, very important piece of knowledge, is that when you learned this lexical form, you learned it as peruomai. When you learned it that way, you learned, and what that told you was that peruomai is a deponent verb. So consequently, even though it has a passive ending, it is translated as an active. So that's why, how would you translate I go passively? That's pretty tough. But bottom line is you're always going to take a deponent verb and translate it in the active. And you need to tell me one way or another that you know that it's deponent. And of course, the easiest way is just you memorize the vocabulary word. When you know the vocabulary word is peruomai, you're done. You're done. It already tells you that my ending, because normally you would learn present active indicative, first person singular, and this is certainly present indicative, but doesn't look like an active. So from here forward, just remember the big deal is just simply to memorize a vocabulary word in your home.